Carne City, for someone who's never been to Carne City, is a small, rural, mostly white and Hispanic oil town. And from a hip hop perspective, it is not the friendliest place in the world.
When you're coming from the bottom, ain't nobody really fucking with it.
It's a real divided town. It's strange. It's a weird town. It's a lot of, not necessarily racial, but it's like just a lot of, division throughout anywhere, really. There's a big divide in, money, where it's spread out and things like that. It can be a weird place.
Hip hop's not for Carne City. It's obvious. Your best bet would be, if you're good, either record here and be sending it out somewhere else or whatever, but your best bet would be to move.
You ain't gonna get no real positive feedback from niggas from here. You know what I'm saying? Because, motherfuckers, they love you whenever you're right beneath them. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you climb up that ladder a little bit, then motherfuckers begin to hate on you and shit.
The roots run deep here. There's always been a lot of people that make music and play music, things like that. A lot of musicians.
The first people that I knew about doing it was Kenny G and Terry Mayberry.
Kenny G, Terry Mayberry, they was hitting.
Kenny G's a beat on the wall artist, you know what I'm saying? He make a beat with his mouth, with his hands, hitting on a refrigerator, flick of the nail, you know what I'm saying?
Then you had my older cousins come out, KBC, CTO, and they were doing their thing in the early 2000s.
CTO, cousins taking over, them niggas was recording. Like, them were the first niggas that I heard, like, from around here, like, just record some shit and put in, like, pass it out, like songs, full songs.
I wish we had these phones back then just to record some of that shit, but so from there, you know what I'm saying, I jumped in with Perfecto and shit. We started doing our own little thing.
And then we started, me, Brandon, and Clifton started KBC. Me, Brandon, Clifton, and my cousin Keisha started our own little clique, KBC.
Then you had like I said, Derek in that G-Zone era.
From there, the young niggas start coming up, you know what I'm saying? Derek, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You jump on with us.
We got together, Alley Cat, music, in about 2014. Really did a bunch of music, made a little studio in my parents' house. And we just went on a spree where we were just making music every day.
Foley B was, I don't know if he stopped, I can't really remember if he stopped and he was starting back. I was done rapping and he wanted to do a song. So I was like, yeah, like I ain't finna sit down. And there wasn't nothing going on around here at all, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was doing no music. In my opinion, they were scared. They didn't want people to judge them. And said he wanted to start his own clique. Came up with the name, ACM. Started making music, dropping shit, putting music out. And next thing you know, Carne City is full of rappers. So that's the history.
I can see where someone will feel stigmatized, having to go about, going around your peers or going around whatever your profession is, and them knowing that you got videos on the internet of you cussing, you know what I'm saying, talking reckless.
Yeah, once they hear you rapping and now they finna look at you. A lot of them are still like stuck in the fucking 50s and 60s, so once they see that, even if you just listening to rap, like, oh, he's a thug, or he's a gangster, you had to keep that shit as low key as possible because they'll use that shit against you in a heartbeat.
You ain't never gonna make it. Like, I don't even know why the fuck you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, why are you doing it? Like, yeah, you're all right, or man, y'all fucking suck, or one person in that song was good, and the other two, you need to take them out of the song if you want to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a fucking critic, but motherfuckers don't show up to really see what you're really doing.
Why does the subculture exist here? Because for some, it's fun, it's a hobby. But for some, they don't know anything else, you know?
I feel like it's people like us, you know, that fucking did something at least a little bit with it that, you know, it looks cool, you know, from an outsider's perspective, it looks cool. They've never seen anything in this town done like that before.
I would say there are two Carne cities. On one side, you have the rural middle class with money and inheritance, everything they need to be successful here. And then there's another side, and that side has a lot of people that come from nothing, who don't necessarily have the same resources as the people up the street. In that kind of environment, I think that some people didn't have a choice but to be creative or find outlets to manage with trauma. Not too many of us make it out here, so it's easy to see why a caged bird would sing, you know?
Do I feel if anybody will make it out of Carne City? I believe somebody from Carne City can make it to the rap game, yes. But being here and just trying to do it, probably not.
I think it could happen. I think the talent's here for somebody to do it. I don't know who, I don't know when, but I think there's a pool of talent here, and it's kind of like, in my opinion, it's like unfuckwithable for the most part, because it's real raw talent.
If somebody really wants to put everything they got into it and really not limit themselves to just being someone from here, should the world is, how would I say it? Shit, the world is theirs.